Audio check 1, 2. Audio check. Alright, morning. So the stream a bit earlier today. Thought that we'd get a nice push to the upside. Price is looking pretty nice today in the morning. You know that it's no news Wednesday. Or factory. Let's do a quick news track. Yeah, I was right. There's nothing today. Today's FOMC Colin speaks at 2 p.m. 10-year bond auction at 101. Believe it or not, I'm gonna have to check my notes, but something there is a specific setup that ICT looks at when it comes to the 10-year bond auction at 101. Can't remember what it is. See if I can find it right now while we wait. All right, let's quickly check. No, it's not. All right. And let's see if I can find anything around. There was a good trade that he took. And I'm not sure how often it happens, but I know that there was something there. Now he trades it pretty regularly whenever the day comes. So go search for on found it. August 7th, 2024. Okay. This is what he said. what I have for notes. So right now we're not trading until the open, right? Let's review kind of what I have here for notes. Y'all can see it. But ultimately, he said 1 p.m. bot auction, how to trade it below. There needs to be no morning news data news, which is true, and we'll be trading ahead of the news. All right, I didn't give it. Where my notes fail me. And it's okay if this trade hits these relative equal highs here that I've marked out, so be it. I'm not trading this price action, even though I think it's gonna push up. The draw is higher. I like how the 1 hour rejected daily fair value gap. I'm not gonna participate in it. I want to see like these relative equal lows get tagged first before I push higher. That would be nice to see. Okay, let's see. One more note on the bond. All right. There are no news drivers in the morning, bad trading days, no morning news. Okay, this was great. We can review it together in a sec. Yeah, the price. Yeah. Just like here. I can't paste them too hard. It looks like this is going to be pre 930 sweep here. I guess this is okay. And it only would have been a 2-to-1 anyways if anyone here caught it, but I'm not going to make a big fuss about this long here. The price for traces here. Let's see. Let's see, 9:15. It's such a bad time to trade right now, but it looks like it is going to be reaching for this liquidity here. So again, what threw me off here just was I was expecting these lows to be tagged first. Like it would have been nice to see this. Like this was my anticipated move for today. Price breaks through this fair value gap to the downside, tags it, inverts it, and then takes the long. That would have been I would have went in long on this, but it didn't do that. It just kept grinding higher, which is fine. It consolidated for a very long time before it pushed higher. Just took out 823 highs. It might pull back a bit more, and then it might push to the final target. Where do I see a possible entry here? I don't see one person. The trade that I'll have to miss, right? It would be pretty cool if we left relative equal highs here and we tagged them after the open. But that's that. All right, back to anyways, not catching. To be honest, this was ICT's trade last year around this right here. This is the bond option release time, right? 101. And this was his trade. He took the trade before the release. He had a draw on liquidity. And basically what I wrote here is the market is moving lower and it's pulling back to the end dog. Do not worry about relative equal highs. Be in the market before the news driver and anticipate where sell side will be taken. So what I'm getting out of this here is figure out where sell side is before bond gets released. And essentially he traded it before. You can see here, price created relative highs, rejected the new week opening gap. Not sure where it was here exactly. But you can see here, actually here, this is what it did. Look, it broke below it. There was a fair value gap pushed above it. This is where he took it with the stop loss. And then he drove it down to relative equal lows, which are London lows. I'm assuming London lows are right here. Okay. And I've got a note right here as well. Does not touch the mean threshold of fair value gap. This is a bearish order block. It may go up to the higher one, anticipate that. So that's why you had a stop loss so high. It's because if price doesn't hit the first fair value gap, it can always hit the second one, right? And then if it breaks second one, then that's when you have your invalidation of your trade. Okay. And then here you can see here it doesn't touch the mean threshold of this fair value gap. Move stop loss to first entry, right? Which is here. So again, all in all, summarizing my notes from over a year ago is I'm going to see if I can manage to figure out where sell side liquidity is before the bond option and take a trade before it. Okay. That's really it. This would have been a freaking nice start to the morning, but it is what it is. Are you in trade? Max, good morning. I'm not. I drew this out, but it looks like it went without me. I deal with loss. I lost 1 out of 5 of my accounts yesterday. Yeah, that's something that. So Heisenberg, you gotta. Give me one sec here. Let me make sure my audio here is okay. Is my voice choppy, guys? Yeah. Sounds good. Okay. Well, ultimately, how do you deal with losses? I lost 1/5 of my account today. Oh, it's like a fifth. So losing, you guys have to accept losing as a part of trading. And it hurts and it sucks being wrong. And my strike rate is around 50%, right? So I'm wrong half the time. But because my risk reward is larger than 2, I come out on top. So it's just a part of the good to hear, Alec. A part of the game. You just have to accept it, and you have to be okay with losing. Like, if you lose like 10 in a row, that really hurts. Then you gotta look at your strategy, but it's completely okay to lose. As long as the trade made sense. Like, to be honest, this made sense. It's just that I didn't take it. Price consolidated during the macro. I thought it would be consolidating, but it decided to push up to minor buy side liquidity here. So don't worry, Heisenberg. 1/5 drawdown is nothing. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So unfortunately, this like if I were to rate this as a trade, this would be like it was decent. Price, rejected daily fair value gap, and then it just kind of just pushed higher, consolidated, and gave a final push here. I unfortunately couldn't get into this trade. I just didn't see it as like super high probability. I'll probably say like this like a BB plus. So worth taking, but not for me. So what are we looking at for today? So this is what I like. Okay. Let's start here with the daily. So what did the daily do? We can see here we had a huge push lower, it technically left relative equal lows. I'm still classifying, even though we tagged it by, I think, 3 points here, I'm still classifying this as relative equal lows. I think we're going to push lower, to be honest. My overall daily draw is lower. The day after, we had to push higher, and then we kind of pushed lower. I caught some sick trades yesterday to the downside. I was trying to catch larger trades. That didn't happen. And then right now, this is where we're at. We closed below the daily fair value gap. Right now, we're pushing higher. I'm seeing this as like the manipulation leg higher. And then from a 4-hour perspective, you can see here, you know, we're technically pushing into, hopefully we push a bit higher. We take out London highs. We push into this 4-hour fair value gap, and then we start turning around again and start pushing lower. The reason why I like lower price action today is the following. What we have above us is we still have relative equal highs here, okay? So just because price decided to tag this level, I think we're still valid to take longs, but like some levels that we want to take first before we drop is pre-930 highs, which is this right here, okay? I'm glad that we didn't take it actually. The London highs would be nice to take as well, okay, which is right here. London highs at 227. And then I'd want to see a push lower. And the reason why I like lower is because of the following. Look what we have here on the 1 minute. I like what price left us here. So one of my trades that I tried taking yesterday, this was it actually right here. I was actually targeting these relative equal lows from Monday, August the 4th. Okay, we never got there. It was pretty aggressive. I got somewhere around here where we kind of broke past the first presentation of Monday of 8-4. I tried taking another short before market close, but unfortunately, it took me out at break even. And then after 414, what did it do? It took out these relative equal lows that I wanted to hit. So I had a partial here initially, never hit it, pulled back, tapped me out. And then I tried to take a short again, but I failed to do so. So what did price do eventually? It took out those lows, it pushed lower, it consolidated, created relative equal lows for us. And right now it pushed higher, right? So the way I'm seeing this market structure is the draw is lower. But I do want to see it go higher first. I want this daily fair value gap to support price. And then we want to take it ultimately to these highs here. Okay. So levels that I want to take. So this right here is going to be, let's actually label these for you guys so it's actually easier to see. These are 3,930 highs. Okay. So draw on liquidity number 1. And we have to have draws both below us and above us so we know what price wants to do and where it wants to head. Okay. Draw 2 is going to be here. Oh, sorry. Wrong. Draw 2 is here. This is Asia high. Okay. Sorry, London high. London high. Okay. I am interested in this level. Does that mean the price has to get here? No. Okay. Those are my 2 levels of buy side I'm interested in. Look at sell side. We have relative equal lows at Asia. This is the level that I like on the 15-minute chart here. Top right. Okay. This is my next kind of draw here that I'm interested in. Okay. That's my sell side draw. Okay. Our open is going to be roughly, our RTH gap is going to be roughly 30 points, which is pretty anemic. It's nice to see it above 40. Below 20, I don't trade at all between 930 to 10, but it looks like it's at an okay level, nothing crazy. We got London highs here. And we got pre-930 highs, London highs. We got sell side here below us, right? Here's minor sell side liquidity. So this is probably going to get tapped maybe before we push higher, or maybe it gets pushed higher, and then this is like a nice partial level to take it lower. And then once you start, you know, taking out these highs, and it might not happen on this live session here, it might happen after. I'll be trading around like 1 o'clock, the live set, whatchamacallit. I'll see if I can get a position before 101, which is the 10-year auction release. I'll be trying to, aim lower. Like lower is my overall bias. Once we break below this daily fair value gap, I think it's like 100% lower. Nothing's 100%, but it's going to be pretty high probability. Now we'll be opening in 3 minutes here. Let's try to do what we always do. Find first presentation, see if we can get, a move higher. But if not, we'll be waiting for these highs to be taken and starting to shift the perspective before pushing lower. And that's something that I did yesterday as well, right? Like if you guys want to see a possible trade that y'all could have taken yesterday, this was my trade. Aiming for a 15-1. I got roughly a 7-1 here, but price ultimately pushed up into a 1 hour fair value gap. Once it broke below the new week opening gap, once again, that's when I took the short. And then I broke even on it once it broke Tuesday's afternoon first presentation fair value gap. I did a partial here, and then I had another partial here, and it partialed me out, and it pulled back, and it took me out at this level right here. See, this was my stop loss here. So yesterday's trade was technically that was something like that. So it was like a 6-1, I think. So all about being patient. Gaming with Krishna. How's it going? The minor sell side has been taken already. Again, these aren't trades or like levels that we want to take. The only trade that was viable was this one here, but if these relative equal lows didn't exist below us, I would have taken it. If I was on the computer at this time, I would have taken long, but I wasn't. But it is what it is, right? So let's see here what we're going to get today. Did anyone take any trades this morning? They have a plan for the open. I want to see highs taken out first. I mean, I see drive lower maybe, which is our Judah swing, and then push higher. That'd be nice to see. We just need to wait for something that will give us confirmation. You're in drawdown right now. Weren't you in drawdown yesterday too, Krishna? Drawdown's fine. Nothing wrong with drawdown. I was in drawdown too yesterday before the open, and I closed my day with over, I think just over 4 figures, like 1.1K per account, so 5.5K. But it definitely sucks being in drawdown, as long as it's temporary. All right, like technically, guys, if you guys taken every single trade on my streams over the last 2 weeks, drawdown shouldn't even be an option. I haven't caught much losing trades, so right now we can see here. We're starting to push up higher. We took out minor buy side here. Again, these highs here, I'm looking for longs, to be honest. Right, pre-930 highs. This is like a quick, nice bread and butter setup that we might get. Let's wait for first presentation. That's kind of nice. Maybe, this is like the fake out, the Judah. Let's get first presentation. Is first presentation going to be on the 930 candle? It took out a lot of buy side. So technically, guys, I think first presentation is going to be, well, it won't be the 9 o'clock candle anymore. You can see here, we wicked up, we wicked down here. On the 5 minute here, am I blocking it? I am. We got relative equal lows below us. That's a draw. Correct. If it pulls back a bit lower, we might participate in it. Damn it. There's our target. Taken. Not possible to catch, in my opinion. The first draw is taken. Let's see if it wants to push London highs now. Look at this, guys. When you have a plan, sometimes it touched. Look what it touched, guys. Perfectly. Tuesday's first afternoon, first presentation fair value gap, which is yesterday's first presentation fair value. Let's get rid of this. Uh, First draw has been taken. Minor buy side, that has been taken as well. We don't care about those levels anymore. Uh, what if we directly trade the first presentation fair value gap? We previous day. You're still trading YMA. I'm hoping previous fair value gap sell side, not green. All right, London highs. This was our next draw on liquidity here. First presentation's right here. I don't know. Maybe a wild trade if it is down here and then pushes back up. First presentation. This is going to be what? Today is Wednesday. I don't know why price is so wild this morning. Let's see if it comes down here. If it comes down here, maybe a quick long. These London highs as our draw. So let's see here. I want price to drop, not take this. Leave relative equal highs for us, and then we'll take the long. 2 to 1 maybe. How many points is that? 14. Sometimes I start getting a bit impatient because I'm seeing all of my levels get hit and I just can't participate. I could have participated here. I just didn't love it. But we have our first presentation for today. So let's see what price wants to do here. We want price to reject this level. Okay. Do I see price like if it breaks below it? I don't think price is going to get to. Might just tag London highs here. And if it does, that's fine. Then we're gonna catch downside here because our draw is lower, right? All right, London highs have been taken here. And then so my upper levels have been taken. So I'm not interested in longs anymore. So now I'm just interested in shorts. But for us to short here, I'll have to see something significant, maybe a 950. Sure. I'm gonna turn my camera off for a couple minutes here, but I'm still here with you guys. 950. This is where the macro is going to start. And we'll see, again, first presentation here, your price in respect of it. Again, I just, would it be nice for price to, it's pushing below right now. Price is very explosive right now. dropped right below it. Wow, okay. You know, if we are targeting lows here, which to be honest, I would be interested in shorts here. Let's see here if I can just get in. I'd want to see price come back into at least the first presentation here, something like that. Then sell side here. Targets. There's a lot of targets below us. Even like Asia lows. Right now I'm looking at the 15-second chart to see how it's going to reject price. It touched it. Need conviction here that it's not. I'm not taking the short yet. I just want to see. Oh, okay, now I'm taking the short. Okay. 250. That's my short here. Stop loss is right there. What am I targeting? I don't know what I'm targeting. Sell side liquidity. First presentation might be a level 2. Maybe something like that right there. That low. 147. We'll take out those relative equal lows here below us. And then I'll probably, I'm targeting Monday's first presentation for value gap here. Can it drive a lot lower? Honestly, I think it can. You know what? Let's take a bigger trade. I'm going to be targeting minor buy side liquidity right here from pre 930. That's going to be my trade. I'm break even right now on my trade, or my stop loss is actually right here now. It's above first presentation of Wednesday. So my risk is $70 right now for this trade to the upside if it takes me out. Right now it's trading below RTH highs. They rejected it. It's probably going to push lower to minor buy side. This is my target here. 140. 5 minutes looking great right now. To be honest, I think this is going to push a lot lower here. But we'll see. I'm going to move my stop loss a bit higher to 183. Up, 182. I'm going to do a partial here of 3 contracts to buy 3. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a 50% partial here, and I'll see how low I can take it. So far, it's looking really good here. We haven't taken out the lows from 831 yet. I do want to break even here. So I'm gonna break even right now. I don't want to see price coming back up to first presentation. It might, if it does, whatever. But hopefully RTH highs prevents this because we just had our market structure shift to the downside. We're gonna have a partial here below us, 50%, hopefully. And then price will continue pushing lower. But we will. Right now it's 942. We're not in the macro yet. And guys, to be honest, I make it stop. But if I do, whatever. I'm not gonna cry about it. All right. Let's stop that. I might re-enter. We'll see. We still have nice levels below us. 5 minutes looking great for shorts. 15 minutes looking great for shorts. Yeah, I think I choked my trade a bit, but push a bit higher here. And if it gives me a nice rejection of the first presentation, I'm going to take a first short. We'll see. Well, yeah. So gaming with Krishna, we'll see there. We have to see what price wants to do. I'm just surprised we didn't take the lows from 832 here. That was my initial target, but it wouldn't have stopped me out anyway. Let's see what price wants to do here. 7 seconds be my break above New York first presentation. And that'll be a really weird PA from a 5 minute perspective. Be like waking up and down here. But price might be actually, pushing a bit higher, taking out the highs here from Tuesday at 1 o'clock before pushing lower. Macro in 5 minutes. All right. So No bueno on the first trade because I didn't take it. Second trade, it pulled back, unfortunately. Didn't even take any money. We do have relative equal lows here. So again, this is relative equal lows here. But we have, again, shorts are still interesting, but I think it's going to be for another time. So today before the bond auction, I will be aiming for it. And now we wait, guys. Unfortunately, price is heading higher. Pushed higher, manipulated lower, manipulated back higher. And when it comes to is looking at price action, look how nicely it rejected this first presentation here, right? This is what it dug into, right? First presentation. Oh, sorry, a daily fair value gap on the 1 hour. So we'll see if we get another cool entry. But looking at the 15-minute here, right now we're approaching the new week opening gap of this week, right here. This is the new week opening gap. And I don't have new week opening gap 721. So we broke above it. So far, this is very, very tough PA. People for sure got chopped out today. But our targets to the downside have not been affected. So rejection of the new week opening gap, 7.1, which is from what, 2 weeks ago. This was more of a meaningful grab on liquidity here. Like it's technically still equal, relative equal highs. I pushed lower. Maybe. I'm thinking. Price is still nicely rejecting this 15-minute bit. Yeah, SIBI on the 15-minute chart. 1 hour, it's still pushing price to the downside. So let's see here if we can get below this first presentation fair value gap and attack and try to grab another short here. Right now we inverted this here. This is going to be inversion fair value gap. A more aggressive approach would be taking a short from that, but like this would be aggressive. Great risk reward though. So right now I'm staring at the 15-second chart. Let's see how price is moving really fast right now. That's the issue. I do want to see a short here. Get 2-1 here. Grab it in this short. Let's see. I just want to see price go up here and just fail. Still pushing higher. It's dropping faster than I anticipated it. Price is rejecting price to the upside here on the first presentation. Approach 2 would be something like this here. Right? It really depends on what price is going to do here right now over the next couple of seconds. 6 seconds, we're going to close. I'm going to wait for the close here personally. We close below it. I'm going to take a short here. That's going to be my short. And I'm targeting 144 here. see if price wants to. I'm assuming here it's going to push lower, but I'm not as confident here in this short as I was in the first one. We'll see what price gives us. It looks like I'm going to be wrong, most likely. Price didn't have to. This candle here shouldn't close above the high of this first presentation fair value gap. And if it does, then I am wrong. It looks like I'm wrong. First loss of the day coming right up. All right. There's my first loss. Got humbled by the market. And I'm going to wait till 10 o'clock right now. I thought price here just wanted to drop lower to these levels. See, I'm in drawdown for the day. Completely okay. But we had a shift in market structure, right? We took out the low. I just didn't want to use that breaker there and push lower, and instead it's pushing higher. So now we wait. Price right now is swinging 80 pips. Macro ends when this is kind of like seek and destroy, right? Just taking highs and lows. Right. Another high. These highs right here on 15-minute. It would be nice to see those being taken. Then price failing to close. I mean threshold and pushing lower. This level right here is going to be likely the dry thing for the interim. Probably say, guys, if you guys haven't taken a trade so far, I think for the better. This is tough PA right now. You can see like price here is like really frantic. That's how I can describe it with this morning. We have no new drivers today in the morning, and in the afternoon we have that bond option thing. So far, guys, I can't take a short from here because we got these highs here from Tuesday from 130 that are probably going to get taken. Prices are rejecting this new week opening gap, right? You can see here like the bodies are closing within it. But in terms of like a higher probability trade here, I just don't see it long nor short. Price might bounce off of this fair value up here and just push higher, grab it, maybe then give us some kind of reversal. But all in all, from like a higher timer perspective, it's messy right. We'll give price till 10:15 today. If I'm seeing something like this, it's going to be a no trade day or like no more trading from now on until the afternoon. This is not even lunchtime macro. Like I would even trade after 11:30 here. But again, I just have these levels here below us that are relatively equal on the 1 minute. On the higher timer perspective, it is looking like, a fairly healthy push to the upside. So here, that's the bounce that I talked about that might happen. Price is consolidating over the last, so this is high resistance liquidity right here. No fair value gaps forming over the last 5 minutes, just stagnating. It's accumulating, right? Then it would have been really nice to see price tag this high here first before pushing lower like this. That's the one thing that's preventing me from shorting right now is seeing that next level of liquidity being tapped, failing to push above mean threshold of the 1 hour and the 15-minute fair value gap, and then it pushing lower. We can see here this inversion or this fair value gap. It broke to the downside. Again, with this kind of market structure, I'll definitely need more. I'm not going to be shorting from here. We're still in an uptrend. One perspective. That's been definitely a very messy morning. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Just shoot it in the chat. But I'm somewhat satisfied with this loss that I took here. It was in the macro. We had relative sell side below us. It just decided to be very funky from that point moving forward. So when you risk small, like 10% of your account size, the loss doesn't hurt. Or it doesn't hurt. Right. Price is tagged high here. We have relative lows here below us. It's a lot of levels, like a lot of stepping steps for liquidity to be taken on the downside. It's all minor at this point, but still. My entire bias here is the downside here. And right now we're pushing into this 4-hour SIBI, so bearish fair value gap. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not too crazy about this morning's PA here, so if price a bit more here to develop, and it might be one of those mornings. But we end off on a negative. But I guess something very important is, you know, if you take a loss, the last thing you want to do is chase that to break even or to get a win. That's what blows accounts, even for me back in the day. And sometimes that mentality still kicks in, right? All in all, guys, what do you want to do, man? Even like a long off of this, if you wanted to kind of go against this whole reversal profile, nothing significant that could have been taken with decent risk. All right, so this, let me change just the black line here so it's not popping out like a sore thumb. And then price right now is heading where it's heading into this 1-hour SIBI. And what we want to see is, you know, price start to slow down here, right? I wanted to start to kind of show, you know, a reversal. So I don't think a reversal is going to happen in the morning. We've definitely kind of maneuvered back and forth. Now we're pushing higher. You know, 930 lows have been, or pre 930 lows haven't been taken. Asia lows have been taken. So there's a lot of great sell side targets. We just want to see the higher time frame PD arrays hold price. And again, something that I want to see is like this candle here. I don't want to see it close above me threshold in 1 hour. It would be nice to see it close below. Right now, we're kind of breaking above this very well respected 15-minute fair value gap. We are breaking the upside, right? So again, bias is slightly shifting, but all in all, for the afternoon session, right now, what I'm thinking I'm going to be looking for is shorts. I'm married to that idea pretty strongly. This right here is going to be a draw. This right here is going to be a draw. Okay. This right here is a draw, this red line. These are all levels of interest for me for the downside. On the higher time frame, we did have a market structure shift officially, like this here as the MMS to the upside. And it looks like price decided to pump higher here. All in all, am I interested in longs? I'm not. We do have resting liquidity right here. Right. So buy side's here for us. We get closer to these levels. Like if we start breaking like the new day opening gap of like 805 and 801, I might start shifting my buys to the upside. But as of right now, these are the key levels that you guys should have on your charts where price might want to go to. So we got to figure out the draw. And once you figure out the draw, you have to get an entry with a decent stop loss. So let's get price 10 more minutes. But it looks like it moved. It moved to the upside. I push right now into a couple of first presentation fair value gaps. Ultra aggressive shorts would be off of this imbalance here. If this inverts the downside, if you guys have it in you, those would be like ultra aggressive. I would have to close below it, push back into it, show me some kind of rejection. And again, that might be, again, it's 10:08 right now. Higher time frames aren't showing you reversals, not hitting key levels. Just based off of like this like one PD array, which is very, it's not, and it's not even going to invert it. It's not even probably close below. In 3 seconds, we'll know where price is going to close relative to it. So close within it. So again, it would have been nice to see just a drop below that. Price could have pulled back a bit more, maybe into these bearish order blocks before pushing a leg higher. But then you'd be against the trend. And taking longs from here, we're so extended to the upside that, again, just having your stop loss at a position where it's probably not going to get hit is tough as well. So I'm not going to chase this. I'll let it play out. And I'm going to have to wait, guys. I think I'm going to have to wait till the afternoon session. So if price continues to push up like this in a very aggressive fashion, I will be looking for shorts at around 11 o'clock or 11:30. If it does something like this, I'm not going to, because I want to see some kind of one directional profile to the upside from the 9:30 session. That sets up high probability shorts in lunchtime. This here again is interesting. I'll push lower. I wonder if it's going to trace there. Let's see in 30 seconds where this candle's going to close. If price doesn't hit this fair value gap, fuck, which it did, I would have gotten in and then broken even once it got there. But again, tricky PA, guys. So this I'm not interested in anymore. Price is something like this, I would have gotten in. If it just closed below it, pushed up, and on the 15-second chart showed me some nice rejections, I would have taken a short and broke even real quick, trying to get that level to hit the new week opening gap or retracement. But we're just so bullish here, guys. It's definitely a risk. But it is 10:15, guys. I just don't see a trade spanning out. Anyone here take any trades? Anyone cash this long? Trump just increased tariffs to India. Interesting. Hmm. I'm going to check financial juice today. What is happening in the markets? The financial juice is an app that I use when it comes to, yeah, so Trump imposed an additional 25% tariff on goods from India due to Russian oil purchases. So that's bearish news. That's like, this is what we're seeing right now. 956, that's been released. 956. 956. So that right there, little Trump pushed higher. Proud of the macro. We're entering 1030. Price is fickle right now, in my opinion. I think it needs to develop a bit more. So I took the same two trades on my day, down 327 for the day. Yeah, short. Like they're good shorts. Like we're like first one I really liked. The second one was okay, but it's according to my my strategy. It took out liquidity highs. London once again pushed lower, and then due to this aggressive drop, I thought it would just plummet to the relative lows without tapping my stop loss, but it didn't do that right. So it's funny because sorry, give me one sec, everybody. That was weird. Sorry, guys. I accidentally cut the stream for a sec. Let's see if we're going to get this here. Let's even get a pullback to this inversion 5 minute, and then maybe like a 5 minute play here. You're short. The lows. So this is going to be a possible position. Ah. So let's try to see if price is going to want to push higher into this level right here. So this is going to be my entry right here. The low of this 5 minute fair value gap. Is this considered? Yeah, so this is called the silver bullet. It's the first fair value gap after 10 o'clock. Let's see price push into it and then just take the short. 4 to 1 to relative equal lows. Okay. Like this is going to be my high probability 4 to 1 trade. I'm liking this rejection of the 1 hour of the 50 minutes. Looking really good, guys. I just need to pull back here. Need a pullback. Let us participate in this trade. It'd be nice if you just get to this level right here. So we'll take it at mean threshold essentially of this pullback. 50% pullback retracement. Then my stop loss is going to be up here. It's fine. Which is a classic positioning of a stop loss, which is above the high of the candle that created the fair value gap. This is 24 pips. So I think I'm going to go in with, yeah, so this will be a 5 minute play here. And the anticipation here is, 15 minutes looking like it's going to reverse here. India tariffs. That's the macro. A bit higher price. Come on. Oh, nice try, Alec. Nice try, Alec. nice if you want, like, if price were just come up just a bit higher here. It's like, I can't take it here. You know, I would have to have my stop right there for 2.5 to 1, and that would be a 4 to 1 trade there. So I'm gonna anticipate that on the 5 minute, we're gonna invert this and then we'll take the short. It would be really nice to see like a candle just push up higher and then just fail to do so. But sometimes you might miss the trades. So we'll be a bit more aggressive with the approach here. I just want to see a tap here. And this is great right here. Like this is what I wanted to see. Look at all these bodies closing, build a new week opening gap here. I'll stick to my plan. At least I want to see this tap, right? A bare minimum. That's going to be this busy, but let's see if we can get in at my initial level. Okay, looks like we're pulling back here. So from a 5 minute perspective, it looks decent. What's the risk here? We're in a bullish trend and it's going to continue pushing higher, but I'm anticipating that the 1 hour is going to close like this. And if it does, then it's pushing lower and we just have a gold mine of sell side below us. And I don't think let's see here. Hopefully we don't tag these lows here. Price pushes up higher once more, gets us in and then drops. It would be nice to see these not taken. What price has been respecting nicely is this new week opening gap here. So tag this liquidity. That's okay. To be honest, I think that push is going to happen at 10:50 anyways, right? So we're still quite a ways from like the next macro. Now we just wait a bit. I'll still stick on stream here to see if we can catch the live. So right now we had technically this is the market structure shift right now. All right, this is the MMS liquidity grab to the downside. An aggressive position would be it's right. All right, I'm gonna try to let me see what price wants to do with this first presentation for value gap here. I'm gonna attempt another short. I don't think it's gonna get that high, to be honest, guys. It's definitely not hitting that level anymore. Okay, I'm shorting. 192. My stop is gonna be right here. I get stopped out here, I'm done. NQ wins. I just took out RTH highs here. I definitely took this trade really low too. I hate my positioning here. Bad, bad guys. Poor trade execution on my end. But it is what it is. Just let it stop me out here. This was not a good trade at all. Even if it hits profit, not something I'm proud of. Moving my stop loss above this high here of this first presentation. $140. You have little faith in this short here. I should have gotten up here. That would have been a lot better. See, that would have been a 3-to-1. But now I'm just trading this like 1-to-1, which I'm not happy with. All right. Moving my stop loss below like the most recent high here. I don't want to see mean threshold being touched at this point. I'm trying to at least curb some of my losses here. My positioning is so bad, right? This is a 1.5-to-1 here for me right now. How it's calculating it. I give this my entry a D minus. Being honest with you guys, it's bouncing right now off of RTH highs here. Now, right now, we want to see price just collapse to the downside. I'm not even comfortable in scaling into this position right now, even though I think it just should drop from here. It's really hovering over this RTH high here, but it's just confidence, it's not there for a scaling. So I'm in it. I'll commit to it, but I'm out. All right, guys. I'm done for the day. Poor executions from my end. At least the second trade was at least poor for my end. And yeah, I still think it's going to drop, but calling it a day today. So minus 2.5K today. Brutal, but it's okay. So take care, guys. Hopefully you guys manage to stay alive, and I'll catch you guys some other time, probably tomorrow. Take care.